Remember when the internet lost its collective mind over a video of a giant teenager on a basketball court? Like a real-life cheat code. That was Olivier Rioux, the Canadian phenom who went viral by literally just existing next to normal-sized players. At 7 feet 9 inches, he's currently the tallest active basketball player in the world, dwarfing even NBA legends like Yao Ming and Shaq. But behind the viral clips and world records is a much deeper story. One about potential, patience, and the strange limits of human height. Because sometimes, the thing that makes you extraordinary can also be the hardest thing to live with. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more wild NBA stories. Before the world called him a giant, Olivier Rioux was just a kid from Montreal, Canada, who loved basketball. But from the start, he didn't exactly blend in. By age 12, he stood 6 feet 10 inches. Already taller than most NBA players, and at 15, he hit 7 feet 5 inches, earning a Guinness World Record as the tallest teenager on the planet. His parents weren't exactly short either. His father stands 6 feet 8 inches, his mother 6 feet 2 inches, and even his brother towers at 6 feet 8 inches. Clips of Olivier playing youth basketball looked unreal, dunking without jumping, blocking shots with barely a reach. He wasn't just another tall kid. He looked like a pro dropped into a middle school game. And when those first videos hit the internet, they spread everywhere. Ballast Life, Overtime, Slam, turning him into a global curiosity overnight. But what no one saw back then was how much he actually loved the game, beyond all the shock and headlines. Olivier Rioux's rise to fame didn't start with a dunk. It started with disbelief. In 2021, when Guinness World Records confirmed him as the tallest teenager in the world, standing 7 feet 5 inches at just 15 years old, the internet went wild. Clips from his games in Quebec and later at IMG Academy flooded sports pages and news sites. ESPN, Sportsnet, and even The Guardian ran features calling him a real-life giant among kids. But behind the viral photos was a young player learning to navigate attention that no other teenager in basketball had faced. By 2023, Rioux's height had stretched to 7 feet 9 inches, and he officially became the tallest active college basketball player recognized by Florida Gators Athletics. Reporters followed him everywhere, but Olivier stayed grounded, literally and mentally. While the world was obsessed with his measurements, he was locked in the gym, working on conditioning and coordination, determined to prove there was more to him than just a record. At IMG Academy, where future NBA players are built, Olivier Rioux had to start from scratch, not with shooting or rebounding, but with movement. At nearly 7 feet 9 inches, every stride, turn, and landing is harder on the body than most people realize. His trainers focused on biomechanics, how to run without stress on his knees, how to stay balanced through contact, and how to control all 305 pounds of muscle and bone in a fast-paced game. IMG's coaches said it best that he was learning to move like a basketball player, not just a tall person. So instead of highlight reels, Olivier spent his days mastering footwork, improving mobility, and building stamina through conditioning sessions designed for his unique frame. He wasn't the biggest name on the roster, but IMG had multiple Division I INOS and NBA prospects, but he was the one everyone stopped to watch. Not because of what he was now, but because of what he could become. Once Olivier Rioux found his footing at IMG, the next test came in real games, not just practices. Facing elite high school programs across the country, he began to understand how different the competition really was. Guards were quicker, big men were stronger, and everyone wanted the bragging rights of scoring on the tallest college player in basketball. That pressure became fuel. Olivier used his 8-foot wingspan to protect the rim and anchor IMG's defense, while coaches tracked steady progress in his timing and positioning. Scouts started paying closer attention, not to his height, but to how efficiently he used it. Around that same time, he earned a spot with Canada's national youth teams, representing his country at tournaments like the FIBA U16 Americas Championship, where he averaged 8.3 points and 10.3 rebounds per game. It was the first glimpse of what he could be when size met skill and control met confidence. Playing for Team Canada gave Olivier Rioux something he'd never had before, a chance to test himself against the world's best young talent. In 2022, he competed in the FIBA U17 Basketball World Cup, where Canada finished 9th. Olivier contributed valuable minutes off the bench, using his length to protect the rim and create mismatches inside. A year later, he returned for the 2023 FIBA U19 Basketball World Cup, where he averaged 3.2 points and 3.4 rebounds per game, which was followed by the 2024 FIBA, where he averaged 4.5 points and 4.5 rebounds per game while helping Canada reach the semifinals and win a bronze medal. His earlier performance at the U16 Americas Championship in 2021, where he posted 8.3 points and 10.3 rebounds per game, showed just how effective he could be when used strategically. These weren't dominant stat lines, and that's exactly what made them important. They showed Olivier learning to impact the game in subtle ways, clogging passing lanes, boxing out, and making smart, simple plays. The viral sensation was slowly becoming a reliable teammate, a young big man finally earning respect through real competition. By the time Olivier Rio finished high school, his reputation had already spread far beyond viral clips. In June 2024, he officially joined the University of Florida Gators, one of the top programs in the NCAA's Southeastern Conference. Listed at 7 feet 9 inches, 236 centimeters, and 305 pounds, 138 kilograms, he instantly became the tallest active player in college basketball and one of the tallest in history. The Gators didn't rush him onto the court. Instead, they redshirted him for his freshman season, giving him time to focus on strength training, nutrition, and mobility under Florida's professional-level staff. The goal wasn't short-term hype, it was long-term durability. Ryu trained daily with the Gators performance team, learning how to maintain balance, improve conditioning, and move efficiently in a faster, more physical game. It was another chapter of quiet work. No viral moments this time. Just a 7'9" freshman building the foundation for the next level. For most basketball players, height is a gift. For Olivier Rio, it's both a blessing and a battle. At nearly 8 feet tall, his reach changes every opponent's game plan, but it also puts enormous strain on his body. Players of his size often deal with joint stress, balance challenges, and the constant risk of overuse injuries. Every step requires more effort, every landing more control. That's why his training at Florida is as much about preservation as performance. Coaches focus on strengthening his legs and core to handle the pressure that comes with his frame. And while the internet wonders if someone too tall for basketball can survive the sport's demands, Olivier keeps showing up day after day, rep after rep. The goal isn't to defy physics overnight, it's to master it slowly until his body stops holding him back and starts working with him. That's the real battle he's fighting. Olivier Rio isn't chasing overnight fame anymore. His story has slowed down in the best way possible. Instead of highlight reels, his progress now lives in the details. Improved balance during scrimmages, smoother footwork in post drills, and growing confidence among his Florida teammates. Coaches see a player who's learning to use his size intelligently, not just instinctively. Scouts haven't written him off either. They know development for players of his size takes time. Yao Ming, Boban Marjanovic, and Taco Fall all needed years of careful refinement before finding their rhythm. Olivier is just 19, still learning, still growing into his frame. For now, his focus is simple: stay healthy, stay patient, and keep improving. Because while his path may look different from everyone else's, it's still heading toward the same dream: to one day step onto an NBA court. Not as the tallest player in the world, but as one who truly belongs there. So Olivier Rio's story is far from over. Whether or not he makes it to the NBA, he's already redefining what's possible for athletes built unlike anyone else. So, what do you think? Will Ryu's name one day be called at the NBA draft? Or is his journey destined for a different kind of legendary status? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to stay on top of this story, hit that like and subscribe button. Because with a player this unique, the next chapter is guaranteed to be unforgettable.